Hello everybody, this is Journey the Artsy-Rose. Welcome back to Niflheim's Strangest Night with Philippe. We are about to continue where we left off with our story for episode 8. Chapter 1, episode 8. Shall we proceed? I definitely don't ever want to get on Orlando's bad side. I shudder to myself. The king is currently very taken with romance novels, so romantic thoughts are inundating his brain. This is why he's a lot more annoying than usual. He's absolutely enamored with the idea of fate and destiny now. Look what I brought today! Look what I bought today! The king took out a book from the package he was carrying so carefully and showed it to us. It's the famous Love Caprica. It seems that he couldn't wait until it was available in the library. That's the book that Skeletano recommended to me today. That's because he's an avid reader. I read it too. How is it? Tell me. The king asked with stars in his eyes. My hands were sweaty as I read how the book unfolded, but the ending was so sad. What should I tell him? The moody king changed his mood while I second-guessed myself about what to tell him. You know what? Never mind. I want to read it without hearing anything about it. I don't want it to ruin the story. No need to worry about that, my king. Since we're talking about you, you'd probably forget anything the princess told you by the time we arrived at the castle. That's not true. I remember the snacks I had yesterday perfectly well. Apple pie, vanilla ice cream, and I'm afraid nobody cares about such information. Oh, Philip, come to the castle once I finish reading this book, okay? Why? I'll tell you what I thought about the book. My king, I'm not the author of Love Caprica. You don't have to give me your impressions on it. I know that. But this book is really selling in Niflheim right now. After I've analyzed the contents of this book, I might be able to give you some advice for your future novels. Very well. I'm such a good king. Indeed you are. Since the king had said that in good faith, Philip found it hard to turn him down. My king, are you aware of the expression, unwelcome favors? Don't worry, Orlando. The king is saying that with me in mind. You're much too nice to people. Orlando couldn't believe what he was hearing. And I will be right back. It's probably best if I don't say that I read it too. My face might give something away if I do, just like Philip said. And I don't want to spoil the story for the king. Shall we proceed? Can you hear me now? I'm sure you can. But I like the fact that Philip always keeps everyone's feelings in mind. Well, see you later. I have to get back and read this as soon as possible. Let's go, Orlando. Yes, Your Majesty. Philip and I watched as the king walked away with a kick in his step next to Orlando. I wonder if he'll be alright. Philip looked worried. Love Caprica doesn't have a happy ending, does it? No. The king is the type to get really absorbed into a story. Hearing him say that made me think that the innocent king would end up crying thanks to the story, and it started worrying me as well. Maybe it would have been better if I told him about what happens in the story. In the evening, Philip and I headed towards the castle to hear what the king had to say about Love Caprica. When we got to the entrance of the castle... Huh? Smoke coming from the garden could be seen elevating towards the sky. Oh no! Is there a fire? It seems like something's on fire. Let's hurry. When we ran towards the garden, we saw the king in the middle of it, burning something. My king! When Philip called out to the king, he looked back at him with an expression of anger. He seems really upset about something. My king, just what are you burning? Love Caprico. What? Both Philip and I were very surprised. But you were so excited to read it earlier. Why would you go so far as to burn it? Shut up! I bought this book for myself so I can do whatever I want with it. So I can burn it if I darn well please. But why? As I was devouring this novel, wishing to become the cute heroine's boyfriend. Jean. I think the sparkling green eyes are 3,000 gold. I found out that both of them die in the end. That's so messed up. It's not fair. But it's just that kind of story. I don't want to see this book anymore. The white smoke kept coming from the blazing bonfire. Isn't that a bit too much smoke? If the fire spreads, it could be extremely dangerous. We should put some water right away. We should get some water right away. That's what I said. I tried to warn him, but... Well, let's fetch some water. Orlando headed back towards the castle when a puff of smoke suddenly blew, and the king, Philip, and I were all surrounded by it. Eek! Ah! Jandy! Philip covered me with his body as if to protect me. The white smoke had suddenly turned to an intense black shade. Completely surrounded by the smoke, there was no way to tell what was happening around us. All I could see was black. Smoke was getting into my eyes, mouth, and nose. I feel weird. It's like I'm melting. That's what I thought as I began to lose consciousness. When I came to, I found myself in a forest. When I looked around me in a flurry, I saw Philip passed out next to me. Philip! Extremely worried, I shook Philip's body. I could hear something coming from him. Thank goodness! As I sighed from relief, I noticed a red string all of a sudden. What's this? The string was tied tightly from my ankle to Philip's ankle. I feel like I've seen this before. But where? When I extended my hand towards the red string and touched it, I finally remembered. The two of them bound their ankles with a red string, and then they fell into an eternal sleep. That's exactly the same as the ending to Love Caprico. I'd like to do everyone a favor, since I didn't really give everyone the chance to see the sparkling eyes. Let me show you. Let me show you the eyes. Let's see. You will find them in the makeup section. Well, if you want an easier time finding them. Let's see. No, that's not them. Not at this point. These are the coins. Let's see. Here we are. The sparkling eyes are 150 gold. 150 coins. I obviously have none. And let's see, they're all 2,000. Maybe it's not 3,000 like I thought it was. Maybe it could be 1,500. Never mind, it's 2,000. Well, ain't that cheap. Well, I am Jandy the Artsy-Rose, and I hope you heard all that loud and clear. I'm sure you should have, because, from what I understand, the volume has to be up by by 2, and only 2, so you could hear me properly. Well, I would say that's that. I am JD the Artsy-Rose, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!